Hello, my name is Troy, and today we're going to talk about food safety. First, we're going to do vocabulary. The first word today is bacteria. Bacteria. So bacteria are sort of like germs that are in our bodies. These are, the example sentence is, these are microorganisms in our bodies. Bacteria. Canned. Canned. So if something is canned, it means it's in a can, like a can of fish, for example. Is eating canned fish healthy? Canned. Counter. Counter. So in your kitchen, you have a counter. This is where you prepare food. It's the flat place where you prepare food. Keep your kitchen counter clean. Counter. E. coli. Okay, so E. coli is a kind of bacteria that can cause food poisoning. E. coli. Episode. Episode. Here, episode means one experience, an experience, or a time. Have you ever had an episode of food poisoning? So, have you ever had food poisoning for like one time? Episode. Foodborne. Foodborne. Okay, so if something is foodborne, it means it comes from food. It's inside the food. So the example sentence is, foodborne bacteria, like E. coli, can be very dangerous. Foodborne. Infect. Infect. This means to give a problem like a virus or some bacteria to another person, to go from one thing to another thing, one person to another person. Students with the flu should stay home so they don't infect their classmates. Raw. Raw. Raw means uncooked, not cooked. Okay? The example sentence is, sashimi is raw fish. Okay, refrigerate. Refrigerate. This means to put something in the refrigerator. The example is, you need to refrigerate meat or else it will go bad. Refrigerate. Salmonella. Salmonella. This is a kind of bacteria that can cause food poisoning. Salmonella. Sanitize. Sanitize means clean something or kill the germs, kill the bacteria. Be sure to sanitize your kitchen and bathroom so you don't get sick. Sanitize. Stay away from. Stay away from. This means avoid. Don't use. Don't eat. Many Western people stay away from raw fish, like sashimi, because they think it will make them sick. Thaw. thaw. This means if something is frozen, it becomes unfrozen. Like, for example, meat. It should take about 3 hours for that chicken to thaw. Bulge. Bulge. Bulge means stick out. There's one part sticking out. If you can see a can of salmon with a bulge in the can, don't buy it. Transfer. Transfer. So go from one place to another place. Go from A to B. People can transfer dangerous bacteria from raw meat to their mouth with their hands. Transfer. Toxin. Toxin. So a toxin is poison. Okay? So for example, fish like tuna may contain toxins. Perishables. Perishables. Perishables are kinds of food that can go bad quickly, like milk or cheese or fresh meat. So the example sentence says, fresh meat and vegetables are examples of perishables. Instant noodles would be non-perishable. Okay, perishables. Utensil. Utensil. So utensil is a tool, some kind of tool, usually used for eating. So for example, knives and forks are two kinds of utensils. Utensil. Yolk. Yolk. So the yolk is just the yellow part of the egg. Yolk. Frozen, we have frozen versus freezing. Okay, frozen, freezing. Okay, if something is frozen, it means it's hard because it's been freezing for a long time. So, for example, frozen French fries. If you go to the supermarket, maybe you can buy frozen French fries. They're hard and they're very cold. They're frozen. Or like ice cubes. Ice cubes are frozen water. Freezing is the action, the verb, usually. So we have two example sentences. Why eat frozen fish when we can buy fresh fish? And then, does freezing fish help kill harmful bacteria?